Good afternoon viewers. Today we are going to see the concept of chess. What is chess? Chess means chariots, horses, elephants, soldiers. So we are going to see the concept of chess with what is chess? It's a 64 squares game and it's an indoor game. So two players can play the game of chess. So it will improve your memory skills. It will improve your logical thinking skills. It has the ability to think analytical skills as well. So if you play the chess game, it will prevent the Alzheimer's disease which don't have the curity of the brain. So it will improve your brain power and memory skills. So you will get the all decision making skills. Chess is one of the powerful tool to improve your memory power, brain skills, etc. So chess is a game which originated from India in the 12th century. So some of the kings have played the chess like Napoleon and Julius Caesar. So let's come to the point of chess. Before starting the introduction about chess, let's start a small magic for you guys. So you'll enjoy the magic. It's a coin in my hand. I don't have anything in my hand. So you'll see the coin magic. So where is the coin? I don't have any coins in my hand. So we'll see. So I will take the coin from the air. So I got the coin finally. Hope you enjoyed that. So we'll start the game of chess. What is the meaning of chariots? So I'll show some pieces so that you will get to know the meaning of chariots. So chariot means bishop. So next horse. Horse means this is a horse. Then you will see the elephant pieces. This is an elephant. So we'll come to know about soldiers. This is soldiers. So in the chess, it's as I told you earlier, it's an indoor game, so which improves your memory power and brain skills. It will give you more fighting spirit over game. So if you play chess regularly, you will get more memory power. You will score 7% marks in mathematics as well. So chess is a friend of mathematics. So you will get the analyzation position as well. So if you want to see the pieces, so in the chess we have 6 types of pieces are there. So let me show some of the pieces. So in chess we have 6 types of pieces are there. Number 1, king. King don't have any value at all. Queen. In the chess, the value of queen is 9. In chess, bishop, B-I-S-H-O-P, the value of bishop is 3. And one more value is the knight. The value of knight is 3. And the value of rook is 5. And if you come to the point of pawn, P-A-W-N, the value of pawn is 1. For example, if you arrange the board, if someone is asking you what is minor pieces and major pieces. So the minor pieces are pawn, knight and bishop. So the value of bishop and knights and both are same. So if you have the closed position, you can use the knight. If you have the open diagonal position, you can use the bishop. So that's simple. So when come to major pieces, what are the major pieces? We have 2 major pieces available here. So one is queen and one is the rook. So now we are going to see the concept of how the pieces are moving. For example, I'll show one by one. For example, if you move the pawn from 1 square to 2 square, it's also possible. So for example, if you move the pawn, for example, I'll take one more pawn so that make you quite understandable. So if you move the pawn from, if you arrange the pieces, white has to be in the A1 row, A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, H1. So what is mean by A to H? So A to H means files. So in the chess we have 8 files are there. In the chess we have 8 ranks also there. So 1 to 8, 8 8s are 64. So that comes to the end of chess. It's a 64 squared indoor mind related game. So if you move the pawn from 2nd rank to 4th rank, it will take 1, 2 squares. For example, if the black replies, so I can move the pawn. If you move the pawn from here to here. So if you move the pawn from starting square to 1 square, or if you want, you can move to the 2 squares. So that's also available. For example, if you move the pawn to move forward, you can also move forward. So how the pieces can be captured? So the only way to capture the pawn is, for example, if you have the pawn here, if I move here, I can, if the black replied here, so I can capture the pawn and I move the pawn out. So the way of capturing is diagonally capture. For example, if you want to block the pawn, you can block the pawn easily. Double square, double square. So it's a blocked square. So if you want to capture the pawn, you can move one more pawn here. So the pawn capturing will appears like the method. For example, as I told you earlier, the value of pawn is 1. For example, the pawn will control 2 squares at a time. For example, if you move the pawn, in this pawn, the controlling squares are, if you take c5 and e5. If you have the pawn on d2 to d4, you have the control squares on d5, c5 and e5. So it has the control of 2 squares. For example, if you move the pawn to d5, you have the control on c square as well as e4. So if the pawn moves from one square to another 2 square or single square, it has the control on the diagonal. The pawn never moves backwards. So that is the specialty of pawn. So in the pawn you can use the, so in the pawn you can do 3 type of special moves: pawn promotion, pawn capturing and en passant. What is mean by en passant? En passant is a special move. For example, I'll take one more pawn. For example, if I move the pawn here, if I move the pawn to 5th rank, for example, if the black pawn from d7 to d8, d5, the white pawn goes to the d6 square and make the black pawn out. So it's a special move. You can apply the same theme for the black as well. If the black pawn, if you move the black pawn double step, so if you move the white pawn here, so if you move the black pawn to d4, so if the white want to perform the move to c2 to c4, the black pawn can move to c3 and make the white pawn out. So it's a special move for the pawn. And one more special move for the pawn, we can do the, for example, if the white pawns are arranged in the 2nd rank or the 2nd rank, from the 2nd rank, if you moves to 2nd rank, if you moves to the 4, so you will get the chance for the promotion for 5 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you move the pawn here, you can promote, you can do the promotion. So in the promotion, in the sense, you will get the 4 pieces. So even though you have the 4 pieces promotion, you can do the you can promote any one of the pieces. If you want, you can promote queen, or else if you want, you can promote rook, or if you want, you can promote queen, bishop, or if you want, you can promote knight as well.